Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of On a Water Break, the podcast where we talk about everything you and your friends are talking about at rehearsal on a water break. This week we're talking about all things WGI and with a special preview of what you can expect in the Color Guard World Class this year. We'll find out what made Paul say,
I don't want to do it. I'm tired. Just get up.
and why Alicia said,
Nicole, I have to call you out as a alum of Étude.
all this and more here on this week's episode of On a Water Break.
8 off the mat and go.
Welcome to On a Water Break, the podcast where we talk everything marching arts.
Everyone, bring it in. It's time for a water break.
Hi everyone, it's Nicole, and we are here talking about all things WGI. Can you believe it that the winter season is already here? I can't. But at the same time, I'm not performing, but that's okay because I get to watch everybody. So on this week's episode, so we're going to check in with some awesome performers and see what's going on at the start of their WGI seasons. But first, we're going to see who's on the sidelines this week. So Alicia, hi, how are you? Oh, I can't hear you, dear.
It's because I always forget the mute button, Nicole. Always. I'm great. How are you?
Good. So I'm loving this is episode number 2 now with us.
Yes, it is. And I'm back producing Wish Me Luck with running the soundboard.
Hey, girl. Just
Fingers crossed.
Man. It's great. I'm just kidding. All right. Well, good. I love all of that. And Paul, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Gosh, it's been a long time.
Very long time.
It's been a couple seasons, through the year, but early this year. How are you? What's going on in your world?
Good. I mean, winter, I was telling Jeremy my winter's busy. I have 4 groups that I'm designing and choreographing this season, but thankfully they're in different circuits, so they don't line up. So the UK show is already done. I'm in the middle of FFCC right now. I'll do a California circuit next month. So kind of all over the place, but
you are. Oh. Well, we're really glad that you took the time out to come and be with us to, do this episode. Thanks. So we also have a few performers here from World Class this year. So we have Andrew from Pride of Cincinnati. Hello, Andrew.
Hello. I'm so excited to be with you guys today.
Thanks. How's the start of your season been?
It's been actually fantastic, and honestly a dream come true. My last time performing was in 2017, so 8 years later back in the ring. So it's been really fun and definitely something that I wasn't anticipating doing at the start, but I'm so glad that I'm there now.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I will tell you, and I'm serious, to the amount of years. The last year that I marched Patriots, I took 8 years off and then marched 2002 when they were in World. So honestly, I feel your pain and your excitement. For real. Okay. And let's see. We have Colby from Etude. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. So tell me about how the season's been treating you so far.
It's been wonderful, of course. It's nice to be back dancing with Brian and just learning from everyone again and returning to the family that we created last year. It's been very great and already been so magical this year.
Oh, I love it because it brings the magic. It does.
Nicole, I have to call you out as a alum of Étude as well. You made the very, very common mistake that drives us all crazy. We get announced or used to get announced as Étude all the time.
Is it Étude?
Étude,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all correct, girl.
No shame. It happens so much.
No. Oh, okay. Because literally. Okay. Yes. All right. Sorry. Yes.
We love you. You're fine.
Everybody's going to be, everybody from Etude's going to be like, excuse me, did y'all tell her the right way to say that? Étude. All right, cool. Well, great. And then we have Jacob from AMP. Hi, Jacob. Jacob, how's AMP going for you so far?
It's going really amazing. We're pushing through, getting as much of the show on the floor as possible, working hard.
Yeah? Well, you all look like you're in one piece, so that's great.
Yes, we are.
Fantastic. So there's one thing that we always do here at On a Water Break, and it's called your 32 count life story. Now, it is not your 32 count life story because we don't have time for that. But what we do have time for is to hear your 32 count color guard resume. Okay. So what's going to happen is I'll give you 32 counts off the 8 counts off the mat, and then you'll have 32 counts to go through your resume. And it should be fun for all. So we're going to go backwards and we'll start with Jacob. Okay.
Got it.
All right. So, and here we go.
All right. I started indoor in high school. I did 2 seasons, and then I went off to college, did color guard in the marching band, and also did the indoor color guard there. But I did cadets 2 in 2017, then marched cadets in 18 and 19, and then I marched Caballeros 21, 22, and then I've been teaching at Arundel High School since 2017, taught at Raiders, taught at Reading Buccaneers, Madison Scouts, and have been marching AMP since 2019.
You wrote all that down, didn't you?
I sure did.
Okay. I was about to say, I was like, he's prepared.
I was like, that's a good memory. I can't remember what all I was doing.
I was like, all right, good. Okay, so let's go up next with Colby. All right. So 6, 7, 8.
All right, I started marching color guard in 2018 at Burns High School. I did the winters of 18, 19, and 20 there. I graduated, came to Etude, did Etude A, the virtual season, marched a independent group called Takata for 2 years. I did a year of independent A there and a year of independent open. Came back to Etude last year to do 24 World, and then back this year for 25 World.
That's good. You did good. Was that right? Straight, like, where? This is what I did.
Yes, I was pulling that from my brain.
Oh, y'all are so smart. Young people today. Anyway. All right. I love this. All right. Andrew, here we are. It is your turn.
All right, so I started color guard in 2012 at Plano East High School. In 2014, I marched the Cavaliers, so 14 through 17, aged out in 17. In 2016, I did CGT Dallas when they were in open class, and then their first year in world class in 2017. And then now, 2025, I'm on the Pride cast. And then I taught at Cavaliers, taught at Oregon Crusaders, taught at Blue Knights, and now I'm currently teaching at Phantom Regiment.
There's just so much talent on the screen. I can't stand it right now. I'm so underdressed, but I love it. Okay. So it would not be the beginning of the season without some news. So let's go to the news.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. The big story this week that everyone is talking about is that Avon World Guard is taking the season off, going inactive for the season. The official word from Avon, I'm sure we all saw, was that they are exploring some other opportunities, giving their performers a chance to do some other things this winter. Some of them will be marching with the winds, some with the drumline. Some might step into the A Guard. Definitely after the record-breaking season they had last year, that's a huge loss for us this year, but we wish them the best of luck, and hopefully they really do get to do some cool things this winter in lieu of being at Worlds.
You know, coming right off of Voila, I think that was one of my biggest things to come back and see. I always make little notes because we have our wrap, and the end of my notes at the wrap was, I cannot wait to see what they do next year. And I think just this goes to show that some groups just need to take a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody does
totally.
it, and I'm sorry that they had to do it now. But it happens. And I love that they are opening it up to, their other groups, because every group that Avon has, I think, medaled. Am I right? Like wins percussion and guard.
Yeah. And they've
So,
won BOA 2 years in a row. Like,
yeah. So, like, let's just put that ornament on the tree.
yeah, they're maxing out their sheet. They've got to figure out something else to do.
So, Hoover High School just received a $100,000 donation towards their band uniforms for the
Wow.
2025 marching season.
Wow.
Yeah, and those are, we know, like marching band equipment in general are extremely expensive. But to uniform and fit a band that big, it's about a $200,000 budget and cost. So that is so generous and honestly incredible for that even to be an option for them. So I'm super excited to see what they do, and I can't wait to see what they look like.
Ugh.
That just, bands cannot survive without those people that step up and do that.
They're going to be selling, what is it, candy bars and popcorn for a very, very long time.
Oh my God, the fruit. Do bands in your all's area sell fruit?
No, we do a lot of popcorn, snacks, and then like vertical fundraisers.
Okay. Well,
Mhm.
yeah, for some reason in my state, fruit fundraisers are a huge thing. In like November, everyone sells like citrus.
Yeah, I was going to say the orange fundraiser.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so
Kentucky
odd to
did
me.
that.
I hate
People
that.
buy them though. Like, God, the price for 'em. It's crazy, but yeah. But honestly, too, I honestly cannot wait to see what kind of uniforms they get with that, because, depending on where you go, they could be walking out in a lot of sequins. I hope not.
Listen, band uniforms have changed a lot.
You want to
A
know how
lot.
I know? Because I work for Fruhoff.
Oh my God, true, right? I like that little plug right there for Nicole. Yeah, this is Nicole's advertisement. If your band is in the market, she can help you purchase some Fruhoff band uniforms.
That's awesome.
Oh, cool. Jacob, what about you? Do you have a news story ready for us?
Yes, I do. So, Music for All announced on December 5th that Jeremy Earnhardt has resigned from his position as president and chief executive officer, effective immediately. And he has been with the company since 2018 and then was named president in 2020 and assumed the role in April of 2020 at the beginning of the lockdown.
Mhm.
And now they are going to initiate a search for his successor. And until they are named, Debbie Asbill is currently executive vice president, marketing and communications, will serve as interim CEO.
I guess we have to say thank you for bringing the program through the pandemic. Like we saw a lot of things go away with the pandemic. So cool. And good luck in the search. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, what else do you say?
Well, with that actual position, I mean, like they gotta be able to talk to anybody and everybody. So
Mhm.
hopefully they get someone in there that is, personable, smart, all the things that they need.
Representative of the goals for the activity, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Awesome. Well, okay, everyone, we've got to get back out there in the flag block. We love a good flag block. I know I do. We'll be back with some more.
Hey, this is Christine Ream.
And Chris Green.
Guard Closet was founded as a consignment business in 2000. Since then, it has grown to include Winter Guard, band, percussion, and other genres.
We can help you with custom flag and costuming designs.
Our consignment inventory has plenty of great looks for your color guard, drumline, and marching band.
Pay it forward. When you purchase consignment, you help other programs. Last year, we sold over 400 sets of consignments and returned over $125,000 in payments to our consigners for their sales.
Additionally, Guard Closet offers custom and pre-designed costumes, flags, floors, and formal wear, full or partial show writing, educational programming, and other services.
Max out your rehearsal time and set up a microsite for easy student ordering for shoes, gloves, and other equipment.
The Guard Closet team is here to help you get everything you want and need for your season. Check us out at guardcloset.com and follow us on social media.
All right. So I guess my first going to be question is for Colby. So Etude's coming off their very first independent world medal. So congratulations to that, by the way. How does it feel coming back after that huge success?
Like I said earlier, it's just been very magical, I guess would be the feeling. This has been something that all of us are new to, like this was our first time doing it and we all got to do it together. So returning as medalists to the gym that we practice in at home is a new experience for all of us, but it's also really cool because we're in the same gym with the same people and we have so many new members there with us and we're getting pushed harder and we're trying harder things, like it's definitely a step in the right direction to keep on the same upwards path for Etude, I think.
Yeah. Oh man, that's awesome. How was it coming into auditions and seeing like
it was very
world?
It was really cool. I mean, obviously it's like a level of intimidation because it's like, yeah, you're on it last year, but you're never guaranteed anything. And it's like there are these people that I recognize from so many corps around me that I am like, oh my gosh, I've seen you on Instagram and I'm a huge fan. Like, you're so good. And I'm in the same room auditioning as them. And that was really cool to be like, hey, I know who you are. Like, I've seen you before and I've watched you perform like in DCI or in another world-class group before. And I'm like, you're so talented. And now I get to spin with these people and it's really cool.
That's awesome to be like around and spin with somebody because you never know. They would be like, oh my gosh, it's Colby. I'm sure.
Like a little bit of imposter syndrome that comes with that, I guess.
I think we all have it just a little bit, but it's always nice to see people recognize you as well. But to see the other people recognizing them myself, I'm like, hey, this is cool.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, Andrew, this is your first year with Pride. Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
All right. So how's it how's it feel going in to a program that's so powerful and like has a rich history in finals?
Well, there's definitely a level of expectation that you just put on yourself naturally, just stepping into that space with such an amazing star-studded cast and incredible leaders in the activity. So there's definitely that, like, I need to show up every weekend and do my best and make sure that I am catching my things and pointing my toes. But with that, like the staff there is basically family to me at this point. Those are the people who taught me 10 years ago, my rookie year of drum corps. So in a weird way, it's like coming back to a home that I didn't know that I had, but I'm so grateful for this experience and to be taught by some of these people again. So it's pretty great.
Oh, that's
so
cool. And you come from so far away too.
Yes, I'm living in Houston right now. So I'm commuting every weekend up to, we're actually rehearsing in Indiana this year. So yeah, but flying back and forth.
Oh, from Houston to Indiana.
Yes.
It is. The game has changed. The game has changed.
It really has.
What is that? Sorry, Andrew. What does that cost like to have to do that?
Well, I'm really fortunate to have a lot of like friends who have either done the same process or commuted or know like the ins and out of airline travel. So, but like really, if it comes down to like brass tacks, it's essentially like another payment of dues. So I'm just trying to keep like on top of all of my flights, making sure I'm really proactive and booking everything just to keep those flights down. Although I did see that Spirit Airlines is bankrupt, so I'm really hoping that they don't like close off my flights.
Oh.
We are all crossing our fingers for you, dear.
Thank you.
Oof, Lord. So Jacob, you're with AMP, who has consistently done all these great shows to make UD Arena shake. How is it to be part of such entertaining shows? Like, what is that feeling like?
It's honestly, it is like surreal. Like when we walked into that arena in 2022 for our like Joker show, it like literally you could just feel the vibrations of everyone screaming. And honestly, it just never felt like anything like that before. It almost felt like we were like celebrities for 7 minutes, and it was just really cool.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you were. I was watching that because I was just like, I had went to go get something to drink and I'd come back. I was up in the boxes. And when I came back, well, I didn't even come back because like I was getting my drink. And then when I was, there, I just heard the whole place start screaming. I was like, is something wrong? No, Nicole, it's wrong that you're not sitting in your seat. But yeah, you're right. Yes. People and the kids go. And you, I would say, not just you, but AMP goes that further like step to, invite folks in through social media. So, seeing that and honestly how just, again, the game has changed to invite other people into your show. It's like, hey, learn this section. And it's just like a TikTok dance, So the kids are loving it. It's relevant.
I think it's cool. I didn't really realize it until you were talking, Jacob, but we have really good representation in this episode of different parts of the activity represented through your programs. Like AMP is so accessible and so entertaining, and everybody and their grandmother is going to understand what you're doing. And I love that. Like AMP is one of the programs I will go to when I'm showing what Winter Guard is to somebody that maybe doesn't know. And then we've got like Pride, I think represents kind of the envelope pushing of this activity and the just consistency and excellence that we see. Pride is you know you're going to get an amazing product from them. And then Etude is like the emotion and beauty that, I mean, you can always count on Brian's choreography to be incredibly stunning, right, Colby? And I think I get emotional about Etude. So like, it's cool having all of you here and pulling these kind of different pieces of the activity in. I love to see it.
I was going to say, it's no bias or anything, right?
Definitely not. Listen. I think of Pride's show with the phones on the chest and the giant
Look up.
What year was? Yes, look up. Thank you.
Yeah.
And just how like cool the use of those props were and everything they were doing and how much it like explored space.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think about the Bloom show from Etude and just how stunningly gorgeous it was. And yeah, they're very different programs to me.
And then with Joker too. Like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. So with all three of these groups too, and I'm gonna shut my mouth for a moment, but like there is a sense of like a sense of self, and like there's a obvious like sense of what each group is. You are unapologetically yourselves, and I think that's what sets these groups apart and you performers apart too, because like you've bought into it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I had to buy into Patriots, and we were the weird ones back then, and I loved that about us. And so like there's a certain sense of performance that comes in with that. So yeah,
I'll shut up now.
All right, cool. So with all of that, so what are you guys most looking forward to this season? I know you can't talk about your shows yet because we'll wait for all the, social media announcements, but whether it be something really small, like, having a pre-show ritual with your best friend or, performing at the WGI finals, like what are you most excited for this season?
Anybody can go.
Anybody, jump in.
I guess first thing pops into my mind, hoping, nothing is ever certain. So hoping that we make it into finals again this year. Just actually getting the chance to perform in finals because, everything that happened last year. So that's actually a lot of the reason why most of the cast came back this year was just because like we can't end like that. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
I forgot all about that.
Man, I'm not kidding. I cried for you.
Bless your heart.
Erica Plez is a good friend of mine, and
I love her.
As soon as we found out, like I called her and I said, "What?" And she was like, "Everybody's sick." And I was just like, "No." And I was like, "Okay," but then she told me about what was happening. I was like, So, like, you all were sick performing, like, semis.
It actually happened like when we got back to the hotel room after semis, and then
Yeah.
we were like getting ready to go to A-class finals, and like it just started dominoing, and we were like, "Oh God!" And like, they like made the call, and like it was just everyone was just like sobbing because all that hard work all season we put in, and we couldn't even perform at finals.
As a performer, I couldn't imagine, but as a staff member, I couldn't imagine having to make that choice either. That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no matter where you go, everyone's going to be excited to see y'all. So, what about everybody else? What you looking forward to?
I'll go. Okay. Honestly, just being on the other side of the teaching environment, I've been a staff member now in the activity for so long, and to be a student again is so weird and so fun, and being able to learn from the people who taught me 10 years ago is such a blast from the past, but it's so great. And you kind of, as a staff member, you're like, well, I don't really know how much I can learn, and let me tell you, there's so much that I'm learning every single weekend, and I feel like I'm taking all that information home to my kiddos, so it's really fantastic.
Oh, do they look at you and be like, hey, you okay?
Oh, I'm limping to rehearsal every time. Yeah.
Like,
it's really hard to write dance choreo.
You know what it is. Here's a video. I did it once. Reference that.
Right? Be like, can I just mark this, please? Oh, shoot. Colby, what are you looking forward to, babe?
I'm honestly just ready to perform, like, and especially like our local circuit shows, because Etude's we're the only independent world-class group in our circuit. So all the kids at the circuit, depending on what show we go to, are like obviously immediately obsessed. And it's just like how Jacob was saying earlier, how like in finals for that 7 minutes you feel like a celebrity. We get that at like our little local circuit shows because they're like loud when we're performing, and it's just so much fun. And then in the hallways, like, oh my gosh, it's Etude, it's adorable. And those are the shows that are just like the home shows, like, these are like, this is our space. We can have fun,
Oh, that's so awesome. What's your circuit? What's your home circuit?
The Carolina Winter Ensemble Association.
Okay. All right. Cool.
A good question. Jacob and Andrew, same thing. What are your like home circuits?
We do Maine, which is the Mid-Atlantic Indoor Network.
Correct.
Okay.
And then like for Houston, I'm in TCGC. And then honestly, I just kind of show up where they tell me to show up for Pride. So
I will tell you, since I live in Cincinnati.
Okay, thank you. Please educate me.
Pride, because we have a lot of circuits around here. So like there's a bunch. I shouldn't, but OIPA, MIPA, Tri-State, and for Indiana, it's a huge acronym, but it's Indiana Indoor ABCDFG.
Exactly. Exactly that.
Yeah. Oh goodness. So does this season feel any different than in your previous seasons? And I'll go with Jacob to this one.
I feel like we have a big sense of unity this year. I think after, I don't want to keep bringing it up, but like I just feel like we're ready to attack everything now. Like it could be our last rep because, after COVID and then after what happened this past Dayton, like it literally could be our last rep. So like I feel like we're all ready to just jump in and do the thing.
That is awesome. I love it. Andrew, what about you?
I think just the shift from previously like being the youngest in the room in 2017 at CGT to now being the second oldest member, it's just like the people who I was looking up to, like I'm now having to fill those shoes. And it's crazy being on the floor with people that I'm currently teaching at Phantom and the people that I've taught at Cavaliers. And it's like, I'm looking up to them now in a way that they used to look up to me. And it's just so strange, but it's so crazy. And I'm just loving the shift and everything. Like it's just been really great.
Oh, so good. And Colby?
I wouldn't really feel that the season is going any different, like as far as approach. obviously every year it feels different no matter what you're doing, where you're at. But I feel like we're very much taking the same approach as last year. And I mean, it worked. So I think staying on the same track of like the way we've been progressing in our show and like the family that our cast has already become so early in the season, like it just feels really good and feels like we're on a good trajectory. And I feel like it felt this way last year.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Right, something worked. I would really like to hear about like personal goals that you guys might have set for yourself. I think our listeners would like to know, like when you guys are looking at your season or looking at what you want to achieve personally, what does that look like? And anyone can go first.
For me personally, I just want to be able to let go of some of my performance anxiety. Like, I feel like that's a very real thing that we all experience, especially like at a high level when things get hard. And I struggled with that quite a bit last year with it being my first year in world class. And I want to let go of that this year and just be more confident. And I feel like this season I already am, like returning as a vet. It just feels like you're already a little bit more comfortable in the gym with the staff, with the members that you've been around. And I feel like I've already gotten into a better place there. And I feel like I'm way more excited to perform this year because of that than I was last year, a little bit scared to start performing.
Oh my gosh.
Andrew, Jacob?
Okay, perfect.
Go for it.
Well, for me, like the Cavalier to Pride pipeline is pretty strong. So I've had a lot of former friends who've marched tell me their experience. And what I've gathered is like the twirls are going to come, the technique is going to come, but just making sure, especially someone who's commuting every weekend and isn't living in that area with them, like making sure that I'm absorbing all of these people and finding love and getting to know everyone in a space that like I'm so privileged to be in. So my goal is to just like fall in love with the activity and fall in love with the cast and really absorb all of that. So that's kind of what has been motivating me every weekend, even when I have like a 5 a.m. flight.
Oh my gosh, Andrew, I'm going to let you go, Jacob, but Andrew, I have to say on top of that, to any of our young listeners that are out there right now, whether, high school or whatever, that is the attitude. The twirls will come, the technique will come, approach it with gratitude. Because like Jacob, you said, we have no idea when our last performance is going to be. I love that. Thank you for that.
I also want to just piggyback off of that too, because like when I used to teach, I would just tell people, hey, enjoy these people that are around you because you will never have this group of people again. Something will change up the next year. Maybe you won't have the same amount of people, but the energy that comes within that group will only be there for that season. So
Lindsay Kuzmerzak said that to me my very first year of drum corps. She told us this guard will never be the same. You'll never march with these people again. And I think about it in every aspect of my life. Yeah. Coming to color guard with gratitude and graciousness and that appreciation matters a whole lot. Anyway, Jacob, what goals do you have for your season?
I guess just having fun and having fun with my friends, having fun at rehearsal while still working hard, and then having the most fun at shows and just seeing everyone and getting to perform for people.
This was not a question I thought of until literally just now, but you're one of the leaders. You're a captain at AMP, right?
Yes.
What does shouldering that responsibility mean to you?
Just making sure that we are bonding as a team and making sure that everything is taken care of. We're basically the main source of communication from like members of staff to members. We help out a lot with running things outside of rehearsal too. It's not just like on the floor things. So we not deal with that. We deal is not a good word.
Facilitate.
We help facilitate things of that nature.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
I just want to actually say too, like the more that I talk to you all, your vibe is the guard. Like I look at Jacob and like the vibe that you give off is AMP. And when Colby, I talk to you, you're so laid back. And so I call it granola, and some people will call it like hippie or whatever. But like, it's so Etude. And then Andrew, same thing, you're so Pride. And I just don't know you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like different sections in a marching band. You know who a trumpet player is. I mean, come on. Okay, and I'm sorry to all the trumpet players out there. You get it. But you all are so your guard, and I love it. And so you're representing very well. I appreciate you.
Guards definitely have a personality. Yeah. Paul, you want to wrap us up with our fun question?
Well, first of all, I want to say good luck for you guys on all your goals. I hope you achieve, all those things that pop up, especially throughout the season. Things will pop up.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe those random tosses that you didn't master before are mastered by the end. But with that, last question, describe your 2025 show in 3 to 5 vague words. So that our viewers can try to guess what you guys are doing this season, and we're even more excited to see it. So if you could just give us a little preview.
You can be as vague as possible. We don't want to get you in trouble.
Yeah, and anyone can go.
I'll go. I think Alicia said it best when she was talking about 2015. It was just like exploring space, and those are going to be my 2 words: exploring space.
Interesting.
Okay.
I'll give that a ding.
For me, on like a joke note, something they always tell us to say if we don't know what to say is "Thank you, we work hard." Especially on social media when people are hashing things out. But on like a more serious note, I guess the best way to help describe the show is "In the club, we all fam."
Like it.
I love this. I'm crying. Okay.
Colby?
I'm just going to say it's so Etude.
Y'all are...
We'll take it.
Interesting. I feel like you've given us a lot to think about and to consider.
Yeah. Okay. Well, honestly, I want to thank everyone for coming in here. So right now we need to actually get back out onto the floor. Our guest clinicians need to get back into sectionals. So let's see, Colby, I'll have you go with the rifles. Jacob, you can go with the dancers. And Andrew, go ahead and be with the sabers. Okay. And then we'll just get everybody else together. All right. Awesome.
Marching by Montez is a visual design business based out of Raleigh, North Carolina, but provides services to ensembles all across the country. Our services include custom drill and staging for marching bands, indoor winds, indoor percussion, and winter guards, as well as custom band and guard choreography for all 3 winter idioms and marching bands. We now offer program coordination for ensembles throughout the U.S. and custom graphic design for all of your uniform, props, flags, and floor needs. In-person and virtual program consultation options are now available through Marching by Montez, as well as custom sound design for your indoor winds backing tracks, Winter Guard soundtrack, and show soundscape needs. Visit us at marchingbymontez.com, contact us at joey@marchingbymontez.com, and check us out on social media at Marching by Montez.
All right, so we are back, and now we are going to do what I'd like to call, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
All right, so this is the section of the show when we just talk about kind of the stuff that, why are we doing this? All right, so let's do our first one. I'm going to kick it to Jacob. And then Jacob, after you're done, you kick it to somebody else.
All right. I guess what are we doing bringing these little tiny baby water bottles to rehearsal, having to refill it every water break?
Oh.
Are they trying to get out of rehearsal, or are you really thirsty?
That's an excuse to step outside. Like, I need to go search the school for 10 minutes and find a water fountain.
Shady, we know. We know because we did it.
Right? Like, I invented that trick.
Ew, I'm not that old.
Oh, that's a good one.
Who's next?
I'll go.
Okay.
Show sites that can't accommodate a 60 by 90 or any tarp larger than that. I don't think if you can't fit the tarp, you shouldn't be a venue for a show.
Period.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add. Yep.
You're right.
Sidebar, I can't wait to see what our props and stuff look like with the new standards this year too with WGI. I'm anxious to see how some of these come out. When you said exploring space, Andrew, I was like, not above 4 feet.
Oh my goodness, Paul.
This is a personal gripe. What are we doing? Why are we doing floor work? I don't want to do it. I'm tired. Just get up. The drill has to move anyways. You're not going to log roll across. Let's be real.
Get up. That should be the name of a show when you're all on the ground. Get up.
Dude, I loved floor work. I'll clean that all day long if I get to sit on the ground. Like,
girl, that's the only reason why I liked it. Colby.
I don't have one.
Not at all. Steve?
I really don't. I'm trying to think, and I'm like, I don't have anything.
that's okay. I'll do mine.
All right.
Mine is, I always have to clap with my "What are we doing?" hearing very unfortunate news about a well-known program and taking it and twisting it into negative rumors about that program. Just saying. I read some crappy things online this week, and I don't like it.
Keep it real, folks.
Yep. 100%.
Great job, everyone. Set your equipment down. Gush and go.
All right. So the next thing that we like to do with everyone too is what we call gush and goes. Now this can be color guard related. It could be just you related. It's your time to do a humble brag. All right. So we'll have you go first, Colby.
I'm just excited to show everyone what we have this year. I think personally that it is very good, and I just can't wait for everyone to see it. Like, it's just super, super cool, and I'm ready to share it.
Everyone's excited to see it too. Let's see, Jacob.
I guess my gush and go is seeing kind of the growth of drum corps after the DCI posted the all the sound sport open class all age corps. I'm really excited about that for next summer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Andrew.
Mine is more of a trend that I'm seeing. I feel like color guard Instagram ditties are on a rise again, and I love that. As someone who was a fan of a quarantine saber ditty, I love to see those coming back. Those make me so happy.
For real. Hey, Paul. What are you gushing and going about?
I'm ready to learn all the choreography from you guys this year. I've been telling myself, I'm like, oh my gosh, that amp stuff looks too hard. I should try it. I should probably just try it, just go outside. So get out there and spin, you guys. Be backyard warriors.
Andrew, if you like to see some ditties, you need to follow Paul.
Okay, I will, definitely.
Up all the time, and they're so good.
Paul has some ditties. That sounds dirty, but
no, it don't.
I know. I've been late. I need to post more, but
yeah,
I do.
Right, you're working. You're booked and busy. Okay, Alicia.
My gush and go this week, I guess, is one of my programs. We combined our high school and middle school for this winter, just to have a growing year. And we have primarily middle schoolers in this guard. And I'm just excited about them. They love color guard and they're just here for the twirls and we're giving it to them. So,
Oh, I love hearing this because I've like been in the shoes of all of you before, and now I'm like doing my own thing. But I will tell you, my Gush and Go is I am on top of judging and doing Fruhoff and Guard Closet. I'm also the program coordinator for Lida Music, and Josh Lida, who is he writes a lot of music. I'm going to be putting together all of the people that are coming in and putting all the other parts to his shows. So I'm looking forward to that.
you're like the project manager.
I am the project manager.
Cool.
Yes. So that'll be fun for me, and I'm excited to see how that works out because I have a very type A brain, and it's just in the activity I love. So I'm happy to get going.
That's awesome.
Hey, it's called Gush and Go, not Gush and Stay. Let's go.
All right, so I just want to say thank you to Paul and Alicia, and a big thank you to Andrew, Colby, and Jacob just for joining us here, laughing with us, just a little kiki. Can you let our listeners know where we can find you on social media, Andrew?
You can follow me on Instagram at @IAndrewMark.
Fantastic. Colby?
You can also follow me on Instagram. It's just @ColbyTap, but the O in the Colby is the number 0.
Fantastic. And Jacob?
And same here, Instagram, JacobAllison97.
Perfect. And then, well, we've already had you on, but we're going to say it again. Where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram @PaulScript, like writing. So that's me.
One more thing. Don't forget our YouTube channel, now that we have all of the interviews there as full video edition. So go and subscribe and don't miss any of that. And before you close out of your podcast listening app, subscribe to us, write us a review, let us know who your favorite host is, but share it with a friend as well. Go to your social media @On a Water Break, and we'll see you at rehearsal on a water break.
The On a Water Break podcast was produced by Jeremy Williams and Christine Ream. The intro and outro music was produced by Josh Lida. To learn more, visit lidamusic.com. And until next time, thanks for tuning in.